Hello designers, welcome to another tutorial. So in this tutorial, we'll be learning an overbust corset. We're going to be drafting it in this tutorial. So I'm going to be using this basic blouse block. So I have the tutorial on the channel and I'm going to link it down in the comment section and also in the description box so that you can easily watch the video. And if you have watched the video already, you can draft your basic bodice block. Then you can go ahead to do alter your pattern to corset, which I'm going to be doing right now. So the first thing I'll do is to mark my underbust line. On the basic bodies, there is no underbust line on it because we make the basic bodies to be altered to any design. So I'm going to just rule my underbust line. So on the underbust line, I will label it UB. That's the underbust. So after you've identified your underbust line, the next thing is for you to do your waist tightening. I explained that in a detailed tutorial already because I know that explaining it in every video might not give you the details that you need to know about the underbust tightening, overbust tightening, and also the yoke tightening. I've done that already and you will find a link in the comment section, so please go to the comment section in order to watch it. So after doing my underbust tightening, I'll go to the waistline, the hem of the blouse, and I'll open the dart there by 0.25. Okay, 0.25 on both sides, and I'll go ahead to rule it down. Doing this is just going to help to snatch the hip area like that at the front. So the next thing I'll do is to mark the midpoint between the neck point and the shoulder point, and I will connect that to the bust point. After that, I'll go ahead to mark my yoke out. So marking out the yoke out is going to help us to do the overbust tightening for the corset. So what I'll do is I'm just going to go ahead to go up from the chest line by 1.5. So you can do 1 or 1.5, or sometimes if you want, you can even let your yoke start from the chest line. This depends. Sometimes maybe I'll do a detailed tutorial on that. So I come down ½ inch from the chest line, then I'll connect it to the 1.5 that I'll go up on the chest line. So this is to mark out the yoke. So marking out the yoke styling is very important. So this way you can decide to have yoke for your corset, or you can decide not to have yoke for it, but marking it out is just going to make the work easier. So I'll mark out the yoke now. So from there I'll do my overbust tightening. So right now I'm just doing 0.75 on both sides of the line here. Then I'll connect it to the bust point. So this is my overbust tightening. For a plus size, I mostly do 1 inch on both sides for a plus size, but for this I'm doing 0.75 for both. So I'm labeling this. That's the yoke. Like I've said earlier, this is going to be the yoke, but I'm not tightening the yoke because I'm not using the yoke. We are not using the yoke. We're not dealing with the yoke in this pattern. So we are making an overbust corset. So that means we're going to be creating another style line on this pattern. So you can have your style line around the center front here, or you can have it on the side side, whichever one side you want to work with. Though we're going to still be learning different things on this channel, so let's do the side front for now. Then in other tutorials you can be doing the center front and all of that. So first thing, I cut open my pattern in order for me to be able to close my bust dart. Do you understand? I wanted to close my bust dart before I will mark a new style line. It's not every time. Sometimes I mark the style line even before closing the bust dart, but I'm just showing us another way to do it. There's different ways that you can use to achieve things in dressmaking. The end result is the perfect fit that we always strive for, and learning different method is perfectly okay too. So I'll just go ahead to tape down. So I'm trying to show us very well that I'm going to bring my pattern from down up to cover the bust dart. So that's how you're going to close your bust dart. If you have been wondering how you can close your bust dart, that this is how you're going to be closing your bust dart here. So I'll just go ahead. If once you close your bust dart, there's going to be a little shift, so you can just go ahead to mark it very well. Can you see? Blend it. Make sure you blend it. So the next thing I'll do now is to mark the style line. So another style line. So on the waistline there, I'm going to measure what I have on my waistline here, and I'm going to divide by 2. So I have 4, so I'll divide that by 2, then I'll rule a straight line up. Can you see? I'll rule it a straight line up here. So this line is what you're going to use to do your waist tightening. So now I want to snatch the waist on this by 3 inches. That means I want to reduce the waist by 3 inches. So 3 inches divided by 4 will give me 0.75. So I'm showing us on this pattern the tape back that this is 0.75. Then I'll divide that 0.75 into 2. So the line that I have here, I'm going to mark I think about 0.375 on both sides like that and rule a line. What I'm marking right now is waist snatching. So if you want to snatch your waist by 2, you're going to divide by 4. So dividing by 4, that means you're going to do 0.75 waist tightening here. And if you're doing waist tightening of 4 inches, you're going to mark 1 inch here. Do you understand? Whatever measurement you want to use for your waist snatching, you're going to divide by 4 and you use it. But normally I don't advise students to do more than 4 inches. So can you see that I've been cutting out my pattern too? So I cut out the yoke first. Can you see I cut out the yoke? I'm going to be showing us how I'm cutting my pattern slowly so that we're going to see how to cut the pattern. If you have been watching my short tutorials on Instagram, you're going to see that most times it's very fast, but I'm trying to show us that on the YouTube here that this is how I cut out my pattern. Can you see that at the bust area here, bust point area, I try to blend it in so that it won't be sharp. Now when you sew that part there, it won't be pointy. So that's what I'm doing here. So just quietly follow how cutting out my pattern. So at the side here, at the side of the blouse, I want it to have a little curve there. So I'm just going to do about 2.5. I'll mark 2.5 here and I'll use a curve ruler to connect it to this part here. Can you see? So you can do 1.5 or 2 or even 1 depending on how you want the side to be curved. So I'm trying to blend it here on this side there. Can you see when I tried to close it here, the pattern was not equal. So try to do this reblending. It is very important so that when you're joining them together, they're going to be equal. You know, there's another dot on this side, and this is to help to have everything balanced. So can you see how I'm cutting out this part here? So this second dot that I'm cutting is for the waist snatching. I hope you understand what I did there very well. Please let me know in the comment section. Maybe I will have another tutorial on it to give more details or any other thing. Please comment in the comment section. So I'm cutting out my pattern this way. So this is the front here that I have. I've cut it out. Can you see? So I'm trying to check if everything is equal. Okay, this is perfect. So here is everything. So this is the pattern set for the front. Can you see? So we have 3 panels for the front. So the front here, this is the center front. You're going to cut it on fold. So I'm just marking the cut on fold sign here, and I'm going to go ahead to label this. So front 1, front 2, and front 3. That's F1, F2, and F3. So you just need to label it, and I'm going to cut 2 pieces for F2 and F3. I'm going to cut 2 pieces for that too. So the center front will be on fold while F2 and 3 will be cut in two places. So at the back here, let's do the back. So now at the center back, you can decide to mark to get it straight on your chest line, like use the chest line straight, or you can decide to go down at the center back. This is going to be dependent on what you want, but I just decided to go down by 1 inch from the center back and connect it to the chest line. You know, the front, the pattern that we did is about the chest line. So at this back here, I'm going to mark this point at the side back, just like the front. I've divided it into 2, then rule a straight line. So just like the front, we're going to be using this line to do the waist snatching. So exactly what I use for the dart intake at the front is what I'll use at the back. That's 0.75. So that's going to depend on your dart, your waist snatching number that you're using. So at the center back, the dart that is there already at the top there, I'm going to open it on both sides by 0.25, and at the down part too, I'm going to I'll connect it down up here and on the dark part I'm just going to leave it like that. I won't be opening it. So at the center back I'm just going to be marking this, the gaping at the gap at the back, sorry, the gap at the back. So if you do not want your corset to have any gap at the back, then you don't need to do this. If you want your back to be very very close, you don't want it to be open, you don't need to mark this gap. But marking this gap is going to help for the snatching. But if you don't want any gap at the back, you don't need to mark this gap. I mark 1 inch on the chest line, the waistline, and also the blouse length. So if you do not want any gap there, like I said, you don't need to mark it. And I just did 1 inch. Sometimes some people do more than that, and I'm trying to show us that this side here is where you're going to have your highlights or loops, if you're using loops or highlights. So this is what you're going to have at the back pattern. So I'm sure this tutorial is very very detailed, like very very slow, so that you can follow the step and you can draft your overbust corset easily. So I'm just going to be cutting this out. So let me know in the comment section if you want a sewing tutorial on this. Okay, we can make a sewing tutorial on this if you want. So I want to see a comment so we can make a sewing tutorial on this or not. So I will just be leaving us with this pattern drafting tutorial. So at the side here too, I'm going to go up by 2.5 just like I did at the front. Okay, so I'll just place using my cover this way and connect it. Can you see it's just the same thing that I did at the front too? So try to blend it so that they'll be equal here. So if it's equal, you don't need to worry, but if it's not equal, you need to blend. But this is not so, like, there's not much difference there. So I'm just cut out my pattern now. So let me know in the comment section, share this video with other soulmates, and make sure you like this video too. And if you've not subscribed to this channel, you're going to miss out a lot. So please subscribe, okay? Click on the notification bell so that you get notified when I'll be uploading all that tutorials. So indicate in the comment section if you would like a sewing tutorial or any other tutorial you want on this channel. So, and I will try to make them. So this is all for this tutorial. So thank you very much. I really appreciate you for watching this. So I'll just see you in the next tutorial. Bye.